Come on, let's go.
Hurry up.
I was grabbing a beer.
Welcome to PorchTlk, the podcast where we talk about, I don't know, anything and everything and try to figure things out along the way. That's not the intro. I'm Rusty. I'm back. I'm Eric.
Ezra, nothing has changed. Brock Road Elementary, class of 06, valedictorian.
Yeah, we're back. Hopefully we'll have Morgan soon. We'll see. You know, there's a lot of things going up in the air in 2025, so we'll see what comes. We'll definitely get into it more within the episode. Yeah. Good to be
We're back.
It's good to be back.
It is good to be back. After a while, it was a nice break, but then I was like, dang, we got to get back on the podcast at some point.
I was going to say, honestly, I was thinking about it. I was like, it was a good break for sure. Definitely needed. And I think we're kind of coming back with a better strategy 2025. But man, there was some points where I was like, I just want to make some content. And I just use PorchTlk and like PorchTlk TikTok sometimes to go through that. So I was like, I don't think I can just randomly start posting on PorchTlk TikTok when I have random thoughts and ideas. So
no, you could hit it.
It's good to be back. But I think the first thing we got to get into before we get to the topics, I mean, go Birds, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champions, parade down Broad Street. The boys did it. They said we couldn't do it, and now we did it. Fuck the Chiefs. Dynasty is dead. Jalen Hurts, the most quiet MVP. He's just a chill fucking guy. Saquon carried us. Woo! Defense incredible. I mean, what a run the Birds went on.
No, it was a crazy run. Happy the Chiefs have been dethroned. Hate that it was by who it was by. That city deserves absolutely nothing. I remind everyone again, the city of Philadelphia deserves absolutely nothing when it comes to sports. You see how they will act. Win or lose, the city will be trashed. The mayor begged, and what happened? At the end of the day, they deserve nothing.
We deserve the championship, and we fucking did it. We went out there. We were better than them in every position on the field. Pure domination. Spags, nothing. Andy Reid, nothing. Nick Sirianni's looking like a genius out there. Vic Fangio, best defense of all time. Honestly, one of the best just overall complete teams within the NFL throughout its history, if we really break it down.
I'm not going to lie. It was one of the biggest demolitions of a team in the Super Bowl.
For a while,
very
too.
shocked that they did that. But we knew a long while ago that Chiefs team was not as good as it looked on paper. The problem is the playoffs came and they still beat the Bills, and that's a real team. So they beat teams to get there, and nobody can discredit them because they beat I guess the next best team would have been the Bills or the Ravens. Bills took care of the Ravens, Chiefs took care of the Bills, and then they got there, they were just completely outmatched.
Thinking about, like, we'll get, because I know people don't really give a fuck about our sports stuff, but just a quick thought, like, I don't feel like the playoffs was super competitive overall.
I don't either.
Like, honestly, the closest one was probably that Rams-Eagles game. Like, I thought we were going to lose that game. I thought once he hit that fucking pass to Puka, I was like, this is over. We're fucked.
Yeah, it wasn't a great... There were good teams record-wise this year, but I don't think they really put it together. Eagles lucked out. The Lions were ravished by injuries. Nobody can say anything else. They lost 5 defensive starters.
Bro, they lost like 11 starters on that defense.
Yeah, that team was ravished. It's a shame because I don't know if they'll be able to put a season like that together again. That'll probably go down as one of the best teams over a 2-year span to not get it done. Them, the old Bills and the current Bills, it's like, I don't know. And I feel bad for some of those guys, but we can get into that when we get to sports.
I was going to say, I blame Dan Campbell for last year's loss for his game management. This year, it is what it is. And we'll see what they do because they lost both their coordinators. So who the fuck knows what they're going to do.
That's going to be tough.
All right. Let's get into the fall 2024 review. So we were gone. I don't remember when our last cast was, but it was before your wedding. I know that much.
The last cast was before Halloween.
Was it really?
A lot of things happened. Halloween happened. Halloween was cool. Had a little Halloween party in the jump. Got married. Wedding was a movie. You can ask the guests. Wedding was a movie.
It was a great
time. We already like to host. So I think the women kind of see it as stressful to a degree. I didn't see it as stressful. I seen it as like the means to a great party. So it didn't bother me planning it. I didn't really do a ton of planning. Made sure we had the bartender. Made sure we had the lick. Made sure we had the DJ. That's what made sure we had good food. That's
Mm.
what you need for a party. So that took place. Honeymoon was amazing. Went to Mexico for a week, all inclusive, which is the way to go for sure. Was drunk off my ass, almost broke my hip. Swear to God,
What?
it gave me problems for like a month after I
Did you like
fell.
fall?
Yeah, I was drunk as fuck, drinking with this Canadian who was a complete asshole to to the Mexican workers. He started to spaz on them for not being fast enough,
Oh
and then he was
god.
drinking coke and rum. Well, he was really just drinking rum and fucking not rum, whiskey cokes,
Mm.
and he was just getting the whiskey like a 2 finger pour, and it was all inclusive. So they kept bringing it back, and after like the fourth time, Buddy just filled his cup all the way up, and I was like, I get it. You don't want to keep coming back, and he spazzed. If I was gonna get this much, put some fucking coke in it. And I was like, okay, dog, like you didn't. You see what he was trying to do,
He's trying to
and
help
then
you
in
out.
between that, we're talking, and dude is at the other end of the bar. We've been there for like an hour and a half, just drinking heavy at the pool bar. Fucking swim up and jump. Fucking dude at the other end talking, and I don't have a drink for like maybe 1 minute. And he goes, "Excuse me, you don't see my friend doesn't have a fucking drink? You got
Oh
one job." And
god.
I was like, "Come on, man, now I'm associated with this shit." But yeah, I was drunk as shit. Fucking went back to the room to get changed for dinner. Fucking right out the pool. Everything's tile there. Slipped on that tile and busted my fucking ass. My
Ooh.
hip was fucking crushed. So definitely thought I broke my hip. Did it. And then it was just cool after that. The holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and shit like that. Just been cooling. Jobless still. So
Jesus
they got the boy
Christ.
door dashing.
Mm-mm.
DoorDash is actually gonna pay me kind of close to what I made at like the job that paid me the most. So
Really?
yeah, I'm bringing like two a day. 2 days, that's
God
1,200 a
damn.
week. If I work the weekends, if I work one day, if I work both days, I'm trying to get between 12, 1,500 a week. So just out there grinding. I know they're gonna eat me up when taxes come, but that's a story for another day
Yeah,
because this
just
shit
go
ain't
file it.
taxed. But yeah, so outside of that, just making shit pop. Honeymoon season went like wedding season was perfect because went right into the honeymoon. We still went right into the holidays, which was sweet as shit. And then like the real world smacked when I got back and I was like, fuck, I need a job. So
Mm.
just been out here bullshitting for the jobs, but making it work in the meantime, staying high, living.
Damn, that's crazy. When you were running on like everything we did, I was like, damn. So we were really off October and then like November, December, January into February. I'm like, damn, we were off for a little bit once you hit all those holidays.
Yeah, it was crazy.
God, yeah, no, your wedding was a great time. Oof.
Big.
My favorite memories are afterwards when we went to the house and you were just blacked out, just throwing up, just living your best life.
I don't
What a
remember any of
time.
it, but I've got
Yeah,
pictures.
I know you don't remember. That's why I took video. I was like, I just gotta have this just for these moments. We got to meet. This is if you know, you know. We got to meet Paige's man.
If you know, you know.
What a time! Still, he kind of got posted like one time real quick, but
I
like
saw that.
I was like, ooh,
I
all
didn't know if it
right,
was a I didn't know if it was a soft launch or accident.
yeah, shit. But so we got to meet him, smoke some cigars. I'm upset that you were not in a condition to smoke cigars with us because it was
Yeah.
me, him, and Rob out there smoking, talking it up. It was good times.
Shout out Rob making it out the city for like the first time in like 8 years.
It was so good. I was like, oh man, Rob is great. Rob and Jesse
Yeah,
are fantastic. They just need
absolutely.
to, although they're spreading lies about not being invited on any squad trips,
Super
we had to
loud.
crush that right here. They're invited to the squad trips. They just don't come. It's okay. It's okay.
Absolutely.
So that was good. I'm trying to think. I mean, like, I don't even know what I did for Halloween.
You were with us at SK's.
Oh fuck, that was that. That was a
Yeah.
great time. I
That was
got
also a good time.
so much smoke. All my clothes smelled like smoke from this bonfire. Oh god. Oh my god. Yeah, we Fire One. Shout out Fire
Yeah.
One.
Shout out those who
Um
didn't make it out. Shout out those niggas too.
Oh yeah, Thanksgiving was cool. Went up to the family. Same thing with like Christmas time is up with the family, up with Anna's family. They came through Canada and stuff. I don't know what I did for New Year's either. I feel like I was down in DC again.
Would make
Oh,
sense.
and then the boys trip, I drove through a fucking snowstorm to get down to Raleigh.
Oh
Um,
shit, I forgot about the boys trip.
boys
Yeah.
trip was good.
Your
First
snow was a
day
little
killed me.
crazy.
I was in a rough shape the second day, but I was able to rally for sure for steak night, which was important.
Steak night was solid. Fucking damn, you're right. First night killed me. Did not feel hungover the next morning, but I did throw up that night. We
Oh
got
yeah, I
after it.
forgot about that.
Yeah, what a time.
That was like those nights we stayed up till like 3 or 4 a.m. every night. I was like waking up off of like 4 hours of sleep. I was like, I could not live like this. This is terrible.
Oh yeah. Peak.
But
Peak existence. Oh,
good
the boys are also
times.
on pipes now. We've transformed from cigars to the pipe.
I don't know how I feel about the pipe. I tried it once and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm liking this or not.
Oh, I love the pipe.
So yeah. Also, we all tried like all these super high cut bourbons, like 120 and above. It might be too much for me right now. I don't think I'm there yet.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because mine was straight, but like it just tasted real regular. A lot of the other
Y-
ones I wasn't like loving. I think
Yeah,
2025. Actually, I'll save that for when we get to resolution talk.
yeah. So that was good. Had a bourbon night here with I invited some people and people started bailing, but Anna's sister and her husband came up and we just drank every single bourbon I had, which was like 12 or 13. Oh, I was in a rough shape because then I started making the wedding cocktail because I got that maple flavored bourbon.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in rough shape the next day. I was like, my life is over. This is terrible.
Yes.
I pulled a
Oh my
trick and I was like, I think that was a bad idea because then I had nothing in my stomach and I was like, this is
yeah.
not good.
Doesn't always go in your favor.
But the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So honestly, 2025 is really coming up, Eric. I think this is my year. Get married this year.
Oh,
It's my
I was gonna
year.
say the weddings.
I was like,
Eagles Super Bowl, a marriage, sheesh.
my
A
year.
job promotion. What else can
Yep.
2025 give you?
It is. It is my year. It is. It's just great. It's great to know it's your year, starting off this early in the year.
That's big.
So, yeah. Let's do some 2020. Unless you have anything else, 2024 New Year's resolutions recap.
Who my 2024 res. I did learn to swim.
Did you?
Yeah, I mastered that shit in Mexico. A lot of water. I kind of just like what I think it was. What Mariah will have a little bit of a different version of the story, but I had the basics.
Mm-hmm.
I knew like the basics of how to swim because my mom says I knew how to swim when I was littler, like too little to remember. Because all my siblings can swim. And she
Yeah.
was like, I knew how when I was little. Something traumatic had to have happened where I blocked it out where I can't. But I've almost drowned like 4 times. So, like,
Jesus
that could be
Christ.
it as well. But yeah, learn how to in Mexico because, like, I'm back now and I'm goaded. So that's off of the list. Um, Hit my book total for the books I wanted to read. And then I think my other one was I hit all of them but learning to swim. So I hit that one at the very end of the year in November. So I did manage to get all of them. I just can't remember what the other two were. I think one was the stop saying black people don't do that. Or like to stop
Mm,
having the mindset of like black people don't do that. So it's like we do any and everything and we're everywhere. My version of black isn't like the ultimate black. So I was trying to be better about not discrediting people based off of things that aren't black to me. And I do
okay.
think I got better at doing that this year.
I think it's crazy that you learned to swim at an all-inclusive resort that you were getting shit faced at every day. That's a crazy combo.
Oh yeah, we went on an excursion. We were sober the day I picked up swimming.
My 2024 year goals. I think I posted this on Instagram when it came to it. I was 3 for 4. So read 5 books. I went 4 for 5.
Okay.
Which is a real tough look when I was thinking about it when I showered before we recorded. I knocked out 2 books within the first 2 months of 2024. And
Sheesh.
then the third book, and it's a tough spot because, like, in my mind, when I committed to it, I bought 5 books exactly. And the third book just didn't really hit for me, which is why I think I procrastinated so long.
I don't do it.
And it was real iffy. So I got to 4 and then I started 5 and that carried over into like the middle of January. Um, so that was a tough look. Did not finish that. But honestly, the 5th book that I read might be my favorite book of all time so far. So it's a little bittersweet
Mm,
there. So Lonesome Dove, if you haven't read it, highly recommend. It's like 800 pages, but good
sheesh.
little western, John. Which I know you like
I
some
do
some
like a
kind of
western.
western kind of stuff like that. Real good story, really easy to read. Just kind of dicked around, didn't finish it. Run 100 miles. I did, and I crammed. Also procrastinated, and then crammed like over 40 miles within November and December, and then I did not. I ran like once in January, and I've run twice so far in February. But I did knock. I knocked out those 100 miles at the last bit of the
Hey,
end of the year.
that counts.
Did make Christmas feel like Christmas again, or make Christmas great again. I feel like I did that. I think I did a really good job this year with like gift giving specifically, but also
Mm,
just trying to get those Christmas vibes and watching, like decorating the apartment, like really
yeah.
trying to make it feel Christmassy again. And then plan a trip. I know we did some trips up to like Charlottesville. We went down to like, I don't know, visit people, do stuff, beach trips. So I think that was checked off enough,
Yeah.
as far as that went. So overall, like pretty good. A little disappointed in the book thing overall, but like we can come back stronger for sure.
Absolutely.
And maybe sometimes you just got to quit a book if it's not your vibe. Sometimes
No,
you got
you
to
do.
do not finish it.
Yeah, if it's bad, throw it out. Get another one.
Yeah. So we'll see. Also, when I was doing this, shout out to Rick. And when I posted one of them, I think I posted the 4th book I was reading. He was like, "Oh, I want to be part of the book club," and then he never followed up for the 5th book. So I guess Rickon didn't like my book club vibes.
Hey, I'm in a book club, by the way, so no big
You're
deal.
in a book club?
Yeah, I'm in a book club. SK's and it's just me and SK, but we're calling it a book club. We're first book of the year. We were supposed to start this 2 years ago. I never got the book, so we're down. Both have the book because I wasn't gonna. I bought it, but it's an audio, and then I was just never gonna listen to it. I had too many podcasts that I like better than a book. So,
Mm.
and she was like, "Just get a library card and like it's free and pick up the book." So I did that. Now I do have the book. It's called Tribe by Sebastian Younger, and it's a small recap on PTSD and like how that affects military PTSD, and then it goes into the aspect of needing a village. So like their tribe and like everybody needing a support system. So I do
Mm.
think that I'm going to enjoy it. When it first came out, it had a lot of reviews, so there was a reason I wanted to read it 2 years ago. Gonna get into that.
Hmm. All right. We love to see that. Good to see you're in a book club. Shout out.
Yeah, big shout out. We'll come up with a name for it too, something fancy.
Okay, let's see. I might as well. I feel like we should just get into. Let's just keep the 2025 talk going now.
Let's see
What
there.
are your 2025 New Year's resolutions?
2025, got to get back in the gym because I
Hmm.
lost like mad weight 2023 going into 2024. And then I like put back on weight, traveling, eating bad, just whatever. So got to get back in the gym. Got
Have
to.
you been doing that so far since you've been unemployed? You have a lot
Fuck
of time to
no.
lift.
Hell no. Honestly, it would have been the time. Honestly, it
It
absolutely
would
would have
have
been the
been
time.
when you were just
Did not.
unemployed for multiple months.
Did not. So got to get back in the gym. One, have a savings goal I want to hit because we got
Mm,
plans for the future. So get back in the gym, savings goal. This one is super important. Land a job, but
yup.
land a job that is the right fit. Because I have had to like have some
Mm,
conversations and tell niggas I'm not gonna do that for you for $68,000. I'm not gonna do that for you for $65,000. Like I've made too much money to like devalue myself to that degree, as well as like I know what the job is gonna take. You're not gonna come get me to GM your logistics company for $70,000 because I know what the fuck hours I'm gonna have to work to make that 70,000. So can't do that. And then just talking to my mom, talking to Big B. It's a trying time. A lot of people are out of jobs right now. A lot of people are like looking. When people say like the market's tough, the market is tough for real. I'm here interviewing regularly, but making sure I find the right fit because like I don't want to just you offer me a job. I need a job, so I'm taking it. Like I got
Yeah.
this little DoorDash shit going. It's paying me all right. Bills is paid, so I'm gonna make sure I line up the right job before I take something. So that as well. And then the last one, 2020 through 2024. I was building up my bar. I was building up whiskey, big on whiskey, huge on whiskey. 2025, I'm turning to scotch.
No.
Turning to scotch. I got a couple of
No.
scotches I already like. 2025, I'm expanding my scotches.
Okay. Expanding is one thing, but like scotch is so hit or miss. The ones that I've
It
had
is.
so far.
That's the problem. Before I told myself when I start this, before I buy one, I am gonna go to. We got like a pretty solid whiskey bar. I'm gonna go there first and try the scotches they have because they've got
I
like
like that.
30. So I'm gonna try it there before I start buying them because I don't want bottles sitting here forever.
Yeah, that's the tough thing with whiskeys is like there's so many and it's like, oh, the specific one, like trying to find it at certain spots to like try it's just not as easy. I do like your job one though, because I feel like it's not that you've had issues getting jobs beforehand, before like this most recent unemployment
Oh
thing.
yeah,
Like you were jumping around stuff, but I feel like the issue is you never found anything that fit right. And I think half of that is just logistics in general from what we've
yeah.
talked about it before.
Super
So
volatile, super toxic. But you're right.
yeah.
The fit matters here. So, and I tell people because I know some people with finance degrees hurting, some engineer degrees hurting, looking for jobs. One of our boys just got laid off an engineer. Well, yeah, so things like that, and it's like it's hard out here for the niggas with degrees. I don't have a degree, so I'm already like I gotta go into like one of three directions if I want to make the money I was making. And now with like all the layoffs, I was just telling somebody this earlier yesterday. It was my mom I was talking to, and I was telling her, well, all the layoffs, the federal government layoffs hurt me more than niggas think because like a
Mhm.
lot of those niggas is former military niggas. And I'm gonna tell you one thing about former military niggas, they all claim to have logistics experience. So now that they got laid off from that bullshit and they're not in defense contracting, they're coming to logistics.
Oh god. Have you considered going back to school? Because I feel like you only have a couple of credits left at this point.
Nah, I have no interest in going back to school at 30. I don't even want to work, not work. I don't even want to work for somebody else long term. I just need to make some money for the next 3, 4 years, start this wedding shit.
Oh, grind is tough out there.
It
Grind is
is, it
tough.
is, it is. But I've been on LinkedIn. I got some people who reach out to me. I've been talking to some people, friends in similar situations. My young niggas. I try to be as open and upfront, as transparent as possible. Because I know people were having a hard time looking for jobs or on the look for like 8 months, a year, and like they was acting like shit was sweet. I was like, nah, I'm gonna let niggas know like the troubles I have faced because like I feel like if you just telling niggas like, oh no, something's coming, like everything's going good, nigga, shit is not good. And if you're laid off or in a position like me, you're probably also not having the easiest time. So like seeing the bullshit or the encouragement or niggas talking like shit is sweet, like that's just like probably annoying. I know it would annoy me, so I'm gonna try to give him to a real raw. It's been over 90 days. Nigga hasn't had a salary job for the first time in like 3 years. Shit is not sweet out here. Do not quit your jobs because it is not sweet out here.
No, especially with all the changes in government, like you just said, all that shit. A lot of people are flooding the job market, either taking stuff to leave or just getting laid off. So
Oh yeah.
I got a line for you if you want to use it in any of your interviews. Tell people that you're not goal orientated, you're value orientated. You're trying to bring value to the company.
That's
Yep.
actually big.
Shout
Someone's
out
gonna eat
Jalen
that
Hurts for
up.
that one.
Shut up, who?
Jalen Hurts. That was a Jalen Hurts line.
Damn, I hate his quotes, but they be good.
It's so good, man. He just drops bars. I heard that one and I was like, I gotta tell Ezra that when I see him next. All right. So we had some similar goals. One of mine is to get back to doing full body workouts. I think towards the end of the year with all the running, I was just doing that. So I'm trying to get back into the gym three times a week and really hitting full body again because I feel like my legs were just falling apart towards the end of 2024 with the running. I have some running goals. I want to complete a 5K and a 10K training plan, and then I want to actually run a 5K, which is I think is very doable because I did that
Yeah.
a couple times just towards the end of my running, trying to get those miles in. I do have a goal. I want to try to run a 7:30 mile. I feel like that can be fun. Just try to get after it. Also, just trying to get fit, trying to get down to 175. Currently at like 190ish, so I'm trying to cut some weight there.
Trying to
Especially
gain
before I have
them.
to go do a suit fitting.
Oh,
Trying to be thin. A little bit. Oh, last running one. I have a bunch. Apparently, I wrote down a bunch. I want to run outside semi regularly. I think that was one of my weaknesses when it came to running outside the last couple times I did. That shit was tough. My legs were not built for it. This one's out of left field, but I'm trying to buy more art. I started getting into art a little bit more. I got one print hanging on my wall, so I'm trying to get this wall filled out with art, but it's so fucking expensive.
yeah.
Like, god damn. In the last one, I'm trying to diversify my wardrobe a little bit more. I don't know what that entails yet, and it doesn't really
Okay.
help that I work from home, so I don't usually wear things besides sweatpants.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try to go through, clean it out, upgrade some things. Because I feel like you know what the issue is. Like sometimes it's like around the winter time, you're like trying to go to like a nice place, and you're like, I need a sweater. I don't own any fucking like sweaters like that.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at for 2025.
It's a big year.
Yeah, I have a lot of goals. I took like a month off. Like I took pretty much all of January to really figure out where I wanted to go. 2025.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized I don't have a book goal yet, and I'm not sure where I'm going with that yet either.
Yeah, that's true. I don't have a book goal at all this year either. I don't know how much value books are bringing to my life right now. And I don't want to set a number to where it feels like I'm forcing myself to sit down and read. Because
Yeah.
the things that I want to read, I enjoy. Like when I was about to go hunting, I read up on hunting shit. I read a couple of books on it, read a couple of online articles on it. And then I think I consume a lot of like articles that's not like your
Hmm.
traditional book format. Like
Yeah.
I'm reading news or I'm catching up on current events and shit like that. So I'm reading to some capacity, and I don't think I would ever replace that with sitting down reading books.
Yeah, I think that was like one of the bigger things I realized when I was cramming everything into my last 2 months of 2024. Like a lot of my days were like get off of work, either go run or go read or do both. And I was like, this is cool. Like I'm enjoying the books, but like I don't enjoy this process where it feels like every day I'm forcing myself to do these things.
Yeah,
So I think that's why I'm taking like a little bit of a step off. Like I don't know if I'll have exactly. I don't think I'm gonna put a number on it. Like I'm just gonna read. I have a couple of books I want to read, and then we'll see what else happens.
I love it, love it.
All right, let's talk 2025 Porch Talk plans.
We got big things in the works for 2025 Porch Talk.
Big
Um,
things.
for those, Morgan is still a part of the Porch Talk team, and she
She
is
is.
not on suspension. She's dealing with an illness. She will be back by next month.
Yep.
Not suspended yet for 2025.
Suspension pending potentially.
Yeah. Um, Porch Talk 2025. We're gonna change the format. We're no longer gonna do weekly. We're gonna
Yep.
do two a month with one monthly episode, giving it to you how we always have given you Porch Talk. And then the second one is gonna be a confession slash whatever else cast. So whether it's confessions, whether we bring back trivia, some shit like that, whether we have a guest on.
Trivia.
Yeah, trivia was a fun time. Whether we have a guest on or something of that nature, we're gonna mix it up. So two a month, you'll know when they're coming, and that's how we're gonna give it to you. Excuse me. Several guests are to come 2025. I would tell you the followings that these people have, but I don't know it yet. We're getting them lined up. They'll be here. We
Still
will
a
have
work in progress.
we'll have a slew of dang, that's good. We'll have a slew of guests 2025. It'll be more streamlined and we will have vetted topics 2025. Cause like if we're only giving you one a month, all of our cast are good. They're concise, they're cohesive. But we're gonna give you the best of the best if we're only giving you one full cast a month. So you'll have that come in. TikTok posts. Eric's gonna be pumping out more TikTok posts. He is on top of the media right now. as well as there will be more cast interaction. And fuck it, off the top of the head, we might bring back an intern. Why the fuck don't we have interns? We had interns before. We're bringing back fucking interns. 2025. I'm writing it down.
Oh God.
Get another intern.
Shout out to former interns. One that fell off the face of the earth. Shout out to Chloe?
Chloe,
The other
shout
one?
out Chloe, and the other
Shout out
one, like
Chloe.
I still do not know what happened. We went from
Oh,
having meetings, making sure shit was good, to never heard from you again. Shorty said she was doing all the work. I'm now confused.
maybe we'll get Chloe back. I wonder what she's doing.
Fuck,
An
that
intern
was
again.
years ago. Chloe might have graduated. Chloe might have a job.
I would hope so.
Um, Last but not least, we will actually declare the genre that we are.
Mm.
We've got a lot of, we've been in this, we've been in that, it's been this, that, and the third. We will have a set genre and we will roll out that way going forward once we declare and establish that genre.
Yeah. You know what? 2025, it's going to be like really feeling out where the niche is and then like go from there. Like where are
Yeah.
we trying to carve our path at? Because listen, everybody's got a podcast. We've been doing this for years and we're still all over
No.
the place.
Yeah, we need our viral moment. What is missing? The problem is, honestly, I think if TikTok was around when we first started, we would have had a few viral moments and boomed. I actually think we've kind of toned down a little bit for the better.
Yeah.
Because some things were being said that should have probably never been said.
Oh, yeah. Oh. We took too long to get the video. That might be hands up on me, but also I didn't want to do all the work. So it is what it is.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe video because I do think they attach their faces to it, but it doesn't matter. We're making it 2025. Y'all are gonna find us trending somewhere somehow, and it's gonna be
Yeah,
authentic. It's not gonna be forced.
I was gonna say we started to pick up good momentum from the TikTok clips. Like we did a lot better on TikTok than Instagram. I don't like Instagram. I feel like Instagram is kind of dead to us.
Yeah,
But
I
TikTok, I
agree.
think it just has more reach. And I forgot we didn't even mention that 2024. Like TikTok was dead for like a day or two, and then it like came back.
No, truly,
Oh, Trump also got elected. You called that, so
Trump did in a landslide. I actually
yeah.
had the score correct, but that's neither here nor there. The score correct, I can't take credit for because NPR put out a podcast going over if the worst was to happen and if he won all of these states, what would happen? And they had it dead right. So I was just repeating what they were saying. But yeah, did get the score correct as well. I think a lot of niggas thought the wrong thing. And Trump is just a beast when it terrible, but a beast when it comes to like getting people to come out and support. And I just knew as late as we got in with Kamala, it just wasn't enough. That wasn't going to be enough to sway people to go against him. So he did get in
Yeah.
there. They are making America something again.
They are
Race,
making America something for sure.
racist, maybe. Revolutionary times, possibly. Like it's getting wild. Elon,
Yeah.
here you go. The way you bought this country for 277, we will never know.
Bro, it is crazy. Yeah. Oof. So we got a lot coming 2025.
Big
We
year,
got
big
we got a
year.
lot coming. We got a lot coming. Interested to see how this goes. I mean, I'm liking the 2 a month. I think that's a lot more doable. And like you said, I
Yeah,
think because listen, inside baseball, sometimes there were some weeks where like, oof, this topic list, we're trying to find something. So I think that'll
absolutely.
be a lot better now.
Yeah, that would definitely help.
And we don't, towards the end of it, we had people coming in and out of the podcast. Paige was filling in for a little bit. I think it'll be easier to like, oh, we can schedule people a month out now. Like, hey, are you good for this a month out?
Yeah, no, actually, that's.
Makes life easier.
I didn't even think about that. Would it just be once a month and 11 times a year? We might be able to expand the cast
Yeah.
because we could probably get to 4 total. Maybe see if we can get paid to come back full time for 11 cast a year.
Yeah. Who knows?
That's thank talk. We'll get to that at a later date.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff in the pipeline. We'll try to figure some stuff out as we go. But yeah, I mean, who knows? I would love to see trivia come back. If we could somehow figure like also get graphics to you can start clicking shit. I don't know if we could do that on here, but that would be electric.
I'm gonna tell you right now, trivia back could be amazing.
With video, trivia back could be incredible.
With video, trivia back would be insane, and it can be a way to get some engagement. We can get some TikTok followers, top commenters on. I think we've got
Oh,
some ideas for trivia. Trivia could be fun.
trivia can be fun. Those would have to be like we'd record that like almost separately, and it would be like a month for me to like dick around and get everything going on that. Or we
Yeah,
just do those a lot shorter, maybe like a 20-minute speed round, something like that. Well, see,
yeah.
looking, we're already cooking things up. It
I
sounds
know.
exciting.
Sheesh. They're seeing it live.
All right, couple last things. Little bit out of season, but we'll ask it anyway. Who do you buy Christmas gifts for in your life right now?
What's that
Christmas
again?
season just came back. Who are you buying gifts for?
Dang, I don't know how that made it.
You put it in there.
I must have put the wrong thing.
We can cut it if you want to.
Got it.
Cut it. All right. Any
It's out
show
of
if you
season.
it was a little bit. I was like, listen, maybe he had an idea here. I'm gonna let him cook. Basically, if you could choose any show and get like the cast back together for a reunion, and you get a 2-hour special, what show are you choosing?
Bro, this came to me so random because I was watching the 90 Day Fiance reunion and it was getting fucking crazy. And I was like, damn, I love a reunion is like the best part of reality TV. I was like, I wish they had this for like sitcoms or other like aspects of TVs. Like get the cast together like 10 years later and just like talk about the show, what that did for their career, what they did for their career after that. Some of them fall off. I'm sorry, I want to see the niggas get roasted up who fell off. Um, I've got three.
Mm-hmm.
Degrassi. I want to
Oh,
see the Degrassi cast reunion like now, fucking 15, 20 years later. Mainly just because Degrassi defied time, everything they were allowed to show. The LGBTQ shit, the fucking school shootings, the bombings, the fucking sex, the suicide. Like they was doing everything beforehand. So like now seeing where the world is at, I would like to hear their kind of perspective on like, dang, we did this before like anybody was doing this and hear them talk about it. I want to hear them talk about the niggas who fell off and have no career after Degrassi. I want to hear them talk about Aubrey Graham's bitch ass and him. Like, let's hear them talk about what Drake was like back then versus who he is now. Like, I think Degrassi would be a super interesting 2-hour reunion. And they had like 9 seasons. Niggas went from like freshmen to like super seniors in college, and then they just brought in a whole new cast. So yeah, that span time had longevity. Degrassi, I would 100% say The Office. I would
yeah.
like to get The Office all together, kind of hear them talk about that. Even like the ones who had like one-offs. Will Ferrell was on there for a little bit. He's part of the cast. I want everybody in there talking about it, and I think that would get interesting based off of like a lot of them have writing, like a lot of them did writing and shit. So I kind
Yeah.
of want to hear like what they thought about that being on a cast with like that many writers, with some of the shit that they cut and never got seen.
That's
Like,
what I want to know. What is the shit that you cooked up that you're like, this is the one, and they were like, we
yeah,
can't do that. We can't do that.
some of the shit they didn't want to do, like the direction. Is this the direction you wanted the office to go in? Andy Balls, then back to Michael, and then just bullshit. So that would be interesting. And then my last one, since I can't say the Cosby Show because Bill is in no condition to talk, um, it would have to be How I Met Your Mother. And
You stole both of mine.
the only thing I need from How I Met Your Mother, I want the cast, the main cast there. So the 5 of them. And the only thing, the six of them? One, two, three, four,
5.
5 of them. And the only thing I really need to know, I'd only need like a 10-minute cast. Is this the direction, the last season, the final 2 episodes? Is this how you thought the show was gonna end? One, and when
Mm.
y'all signed up for this, is this what they told you was gonna be how they ended it? Because it felt like they wrapped that shit up way too fast in a hurry, and they kind of just threw that last couple pieces at us, and like, bam, now we're done. I want to know if they were happy with how I Met Your Mother ended.
I don't think so. I almost want to know, like, if they could, would they like reshoot it again? Because like one, like the whole Jason Segel, because he was out off on filming, that's why he wasn't there, and that was that whole story arc of him like driving back and shit, which kind of fucking sucked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would be interested to hear that. That was gonna be mine. I think because that's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah. I think it was one of the
Um,
greatest, and they robbed us.
yeah, I would love to even like I would love to hear the creators like Carter Bays and the other guy. Fuck, what's the other name? I think it's like Craig Thomas or something. Like after it's all said and done, would you do it the same way again? Because they had like they at one point it was gonna be Victoria if the show got canceled earlier. Like she was gonna be the mom.
Mm.
So would they still have killed her off for Robin at the end of the day? I mean, this is spoiler alerts, but also the show's been out for
Yeah,
so
I'm about to
fucking long
say,
now.
can't spoil shit from 15 years ago.
What about kind of in the similar vein like Game of Thrones, the way that shit all ended and wrapped up?
I was also gonna think that, but then they've got such a large cast. I would only need like the super mains, and the question would still kind of be the same. Like, are y'all happy with how this ended? Did this not also feel rushed to y'all? I'd want to know some of the people. Like, did y'all know y'all were gonna get killed off? Like, were you? Did you know that the fans were gonna love you, and then you were gonna die, and Game of Thrones was gonna go for 8, 9 more seasons, and like your time was up?
Well, the
Like the
books
niggas
were
who died.
out for the
You said
most
what?
part, so you got the books were out, so you kind of know to a certain extent like
Oh shit!
when they
You're
were gonna be
right.
done.
You're right. You're
But he's
definitely
still like 2 books behind, which is why they kind of like I think from what I remember, like George R. R. Martin told them like where he was thinking about going or his plan, and that's where it panned out. So I
yeah.
think, but I also kind of think he was like, maybe this is my idea, and then he saw the negative reviews. He's like, all right, so I'm probably not gonna make like Bran the fucking end all
Yeah,
be
he
all
said,
guy here.
throw this shit away.
Yeah, like people hated that, so it can't be the vibes anymore.
Yeah, hell nah. But yeah,
When
those are some quality reunions I'd like to see.
I think if the Jersey Shore hadn't come back 1,000 different times, that would have been one. But they've done it so much and come back. It's like they lost the goodwill that they had in my
Yeah.
mind for all the
They
reunion shows and stuff
Because
that
now
they've
they're
done.
like family oriented. Fuck out of here. I would take a Jersey Shore reunion, a tell all from those first 5 seasons.
Oh, like
And you know
really tell
what?
all.
I hate to do it. I hate to do it. We know Mike struggled with addiction and some things. We got to get him back on what he was on for this reunion. 30 months straight of it to get him out there. I hate it. I hate we got to put you back in that element, but we need the real situation. The
We need you to
situation
get
we grew to
right.
love.
Oh God. Oh, that'd be so bad.
Yeah, because even I've tried to keep up with Family Vacation. I watched like 1 or 2 seasons. The shit ain't the same. It's like boring, low key. But you can still tell at times there is still some resentment in that group about shit. Like 100%.
Yeah, it's like I feel like every time they're like, oh, they're going vacation here, like this, and I'm like, I don't watch it. Miss the good old days.
Definitely
Not
missed
the
the good old.
same.
That's another one. I talk about that with the boys all the time. Like shows that could have never aired. Clearly, Degrassi gets a lot of air on like should never have aired at its time. Jersey Shore. We talk about how they don't have good messy reality TV anymore. Jersey Shore is probably the reason. It's between Jersey Shore and Bad Girls Club, but Jersey Shore was
Mm,
probably like the last like they could really do whatever the fuck they want show, and where they kind of showed us like yeah, like we gotta rein this in.
yeah, I was gonna say they don't do it in the U.S. Like they do it kind of abroad. Abroad, they just do like out of the U.S. They can really just do whatever the fuck they want. Like we saw with Temptation. I think it's Temptation Island, like the Montoya clips and shit. Like they just shout out to that. That also is going crazy every week. I see new clips of Montoya or like people on the other. One guy was getting head underwater.
Come on, man, what the fuck? No, that's actually crazy.
And his girl was just watching on the thing like this, like what the fuck is going? It's oh that show is crazy, but yeah,
I might have to tap in. I hear it's wild. I might have to tap in.
it's insane the clips that I see that always go viral. It's oof. Yeah, they can do anything abroad. US
That's
though,
what
like
we
yeah, we can't
need.
do that shit.
We need real wild reality back.
And it was the thing that's different because like people like you can watch Love Island where they're like on the island. The thing about the Jersey Shore was they were down at the shore interacting with just
Yeah.
people.
That's what
Like
I be
that's
saying. I'm like, these
different.
are just strangers off the street. And the way they was doing, oh my gosh. That was peak TV. The Real World was like that for a little too. The Real World was wild for a bit, and then they kind of reined it in. I do think we're slowly. I hate to use Married as First Sight as like the dictator. We're slowly starting to see that trend back because when Married at first started, we're on season 18 right now. It
God
was
damn.
they were a little wild. Like niggas was cheating on their girls. Niggas was staying out till 4 or 5 in the morning. They was fucking their girls while having girlfriends on the side. It was wild the first few
Oh
seasons,
my god.
and then it got like very up until like last year, very like almost too clean. I think people started to like care, and this was like through all reality. They realized they could then build a brand after this, and they started to care about their
Mm.
image and post the show too much. Now this is the first wild season of Married at First Sight in like 12, 13 years. And I think we're going to start seeing that with other reality TV shows as well. I think there is a space, branding wise, market wise, for villains again. We need them.
Mm.
We don't have any. Kevin Samuels, RIP. Andrew Tate's been canceled. Fucking, was it Kevin Andrew Tate? Fucking, I was about to say one more. I just forgot the name on the nigga I was about to say. But yeah, like there's a Blueface in jail. Like
Oh
there's a
god.
void that needs filled of villains.
Yeah, there was kind of an I think you're seeing it just in general with the culture, right? Like there was such an overcorrection, and I think now things are like swinging back to like the. It's
Yeah,
weird because you would say like the conservative side, but like it's not in like the social conservative. It's like socially like liberal in a different way. Like I don't know.
yeah, we
Things
need
are just
them.
getting back to how they used to be. So we'll see how far back the pendulum swings. Are we going full Jersey Shore? Are we going partial Jersey Shore? Like what's the vibes gonna be?
We need to get full Jersey Shore.
You think they could just
Maybe
reboot it? Just do it again with the new cast?
I thought about that, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we couldn't even do that because I feel like the Jersey Shore reboot, air quotes, was Floribama Shore. And I'm not watching
Mm.
that bullshit. Like I watched Floribama Shore, it was bullshit. It was nothing compared to Jersey Shore. They tried hard to like even like stir drama, make drama, and it wasn't authentic. They weren't likable. The cast, like the girls weren't Snooki, JWoww, and Sammy. They didn't really have like redeeming qualities for me entertainment wise. So it's like they tried to reinvent Jersey Shore with Floribama Shore, and they just fell very short.
Last thing about Jersey Shore, I was just thinking about this. I was watching an interview they were doing, and it kind of came out that like no one ever washed the sheets on the smush room bed, which was crazy. Just a fun fact for everybody out there. They're like, oh, no
That's
one like changes these sheets. We just like crazy.
That's actually disgusting. Knowing what was
Yeah.
going on, that's actually disgusting. But also just came to my head the last reality villain, Siesta Keys Alex. If y'all watch Siesta Keys, you know Alex was a villain, but MTV kicked him off. He's banned from MTV. He got caught up saying nigger back on his tweets, like when they did a deep dive.
Oh,
Yeah, they'll get you
brother.
out of there for that, man.
They don't play around with that. All right. We'll do a quick top five. Because we haven't done that, and since October. Top five things to come from Porch Talk in 2025. I mean, we just did 2025 plans, so I'm interested to see where you go with this.
Oh, damn! I'm not gonna lie. I definitely thought those were the same.
We could skip top five for now.
Yeah, we'll skip the top five because I was just gonna repeat that shit.
Gotcha. Things that I wrote down very quickly before we started recording.
Yup.
TikTok shit, guest, more confession, good vibes, great music recommendations. So we'll do this because I was planning to do this anyway, and I told Ezra about this. We'll drop a graphic for this. We haven't cooked it up yet, but it's going to be the top five songs we would have recommended if we weren't on a break.
Yeah, some hits.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
I
some
don't know.
hits.
Do you have any real ones only talk? I think we covered a lot.
Don't rooms only. I don't think I have anything real ones only.
Yeah. Me neither. Just
No.
go Birds, Super Bowl champs. No big
Okay.
deal. Killed a dynasty. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Some music and TV recommendations.
Music is gonna be. I'm going way old. I'm gonna go Master P Soldiers.
Okay.
This has been on repeat in my head. TV, this is where y'all gonna get got. I got a lot. I've been going for a while. Yellowstone, final season. Shit was great. Couldn't have ended any better. Yellowstone. Fucking Lioness, also on Paramount by the same guy. Lioness is great. It's like a mix of SEAL Team and Scandal. Shit is amazing.
Ooh, love Scandal.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna give y'all one last little cheat nugget. Um fuck.
Was it going to be Married at First Sight because you were just watching that?
Married at First Sight season 18. That's not it, but it did just come back to me. Extracted. I've been hearing amazing things about Extracted. It's like Alone meets Naked and Afraid, but
Mm,
you cannot quit or tap out. Your family and loved ones are watching, and they've got to hit the button for you. When
hate
they
that.
hit the button, is when you're out. So they can hit it and you're not ready, you're out, or you can be ready and they might not hit it. So I've heard the first two
Ooh.
episodes are great.
What was that show we were watching at Ethan's place for the boys' weekend? I never finished it. What
Shit,
happened?
the summit. I still got to
The
finish that.
Summit. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
that's
lot of
good.
great TV. Got to get on that. And then
Be,
lastly, whoa,
you got another
lastly,
one? You got
no,
another one?
not another one, but I am finally watching the Marvel movies. I've never seen any of them. Haven't
Ooh.
seen a single one. So we decided we are gonna watch them in chronological order. I am
Mm-hmm.
6 in. Started last week. Just watched one today. It was Thor. Fucking trash.
Was it the
I've been
second Thor?
giving, huh?
Was it the second Thor?
No, the first Thor. Shit
You
was
don't like the
butt
first
to
Thor?
me. I've been giving the boys the update regularly on what my thoughts on the movies are. Got a ways to go. The ranking so far was one, Captain Marvel for me. Two was actually let me look at the rating. I got it
You're
right here.
watching them in like
Chronological.
timeline, like yeah, like instead of the
Yeah.
release. Oh, that's very
Not
different.
when they
Okay.
were released, but like in the order of the story.
That's very interesting. Okay. Okay.
So Captain Marvel's one for me, how I liked it. The Hulk
Mm-hmm.
comes in second. Iron Man 2 is third. Captain
Okay.
America was fourth. Iron Man and Thor are the bottom two. Iron Man was dumpster juice. Thor was even more dumpster juice. Up next is the Avengers.
Okay. I would love if you include me in these. Give me your rankings as well. I'm very interested in this.
Oh, I will.
That's so funny. So interesting that you're doing chronological order instead of the phases in which they were released.
Yeah, people were saying we saw different ways to watch them online, but I think they were saying watch them in the order of the stories, like how it should be, like timeline wise. That way, it like makes sense when characters are introduced and how they fit into the plot. So, yeah, we are watching them chronological and not release wise because I have got pushback for not going release wise.
I mean, I would have told you to go release wise, but hey, everybody's journey is their own journey.
Yeah, it's overall. I heard people didn't like Captain Marvel. I did, so
I thought
that's
it was good.
yeah. I like Captain Marvel. To me, that's the best out of the six I've watched so far. That Iron Man was so fucking trash.
The
I didn't think
first
anything was
one,
gonna be yeah. I didn't think anything was gonna be worse, but Thor was worse. Never
you're
been
not
that
gonna
type of
you're
without
not gonna
seeing
like the second
any.
Thor movie.
I believe it. The only one I had seen was Black Panther, and I didn't like Black Panther. We'll see when I get to that stage if that changes. But going into this, I try to be as open minded as possible. I think so
Did I
far,
lose him?
I'm not mad that I'm putting the time into doing
He's
this.
frozen.
Overall experience, maybe like a 6 out of 10. But
Oof.
if I would have had to start
Oh,
with
you're back.
Thor or Iron Man, I would not have watched a single other movie.
Oh no,
Them since was trash.
that's not good.
Oh, did you just freeze?
You froze. Both froze. Oh, we could pause it. All right, good to go.
Yeah, no, I was ending with yeah. If I had to start with Thor or Iron Man, I would have never watched another. Those shits was trash.
That's fair. That's fair. I haven't watched either of those in a while, but I feel like I enjoyed it when it came out. Who knows how I'd feel about it nowadays?
Mm.
But I'm excited to see once you get to like the Infinity Wars. That's where it gets real good.
They're just it's a daunting challenge because I think there's just so many from what I was looking at. Like the list is
Are you
quite
watching shows too, or just the movies?
even as the same thing. I don't think the list includes the shows in it. So I think I'm gonna skip the shows. I'm assuming all the movies will like get me to the story where I need to be. If I find out there's a show that's super critical, then maybe.
I was gonna say it's because they started the shows in the last couple years. Like, there's good shows that I would be like, oh, like WandaVision was good. Both the Loki seasons were good. Um, Miss Marvel was good also. If you liked, well, no, you haven't seen. You saw the Captain Marvel. That's the
Hmm.
first one. Yeah, you could go either or. I wouldn't watch all the shows. Ooh, Agatha All Along was good too. There were some good shows out there for sure.
Yeah, we might have to watch all the movies and then from there see if we want to watch all the shows.
Yeah, because like there are some things that happen in the shows that like tie in, but they're not. They made it so that you didn't necessarily need to watch the shows to like miss out on anything.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right, wrap this thing up. I chose "Good As Intro" from Chance the Rapper. We back, so I figured that was a good one to do.
Love it.
Um, TV wise, we were watching a lot of Modern Family while we were off. We finally finished Death and Other Details, which was good. Um, Anything else we've been watching? I know Kitchen Nightmares is back. I need to get back onto that. And then we've been watching a lot of Dropout. They have a lot of good stuff. Watching Fantasy High junior year, so also good shit.
Have you watched any of his show, Next Level Chef?
No,
Next Level Chef is great.
there's so much to watch. There's always more things to watch out here. It's
And Gordon
crazy.
has way too many, but I think Next Level was probably his best.
Ooh, I have been watching Triple Threat Bobby Flay also. Great
I
show.
can't watch any Bobby. I just don't like his personality.
Yeah, but the issue well, for that one, right? It's he has like three chefs that are constant that people come into battle and they do 3 rounds. So he just hosts it. So he's not doing any cooking.
Oh, you know what? I seen that. Angela was watching it when I was at Ethan's one night.
It's good.
Yeah, that one was solid.
Yeah. All right, man. Great first episode back. Excited to see everybody. Excited to see what happens for 2025. I think next time we back, it'll be the first confessions, Reddit stories,
Will.
whatever cast of the year. Maybe we
Yeah,
can get Paige on for that one.
maybe it's gonna be a big one because I've been penning some Reddits.
I was gonna say I have some. I got some crazy confessions.
I wish we had a permanent like reader of these. I don't think I have the greatest. You know what? I'm gonna look into that too.
All right. We will be back. I don't remember what I used to say. Oh, hold on. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Porch Talk No Eighth, or shoot an Apple Podcast. If you're on Spotify, share the podcast with a friend. Greatly appreciate you for listening. Back next week. Peace.